2008 Trailblazer SS. We're going to do a simple Sony radio, 4 kicker speakers, and a Rockford powered sub. And I'll show you how that's done. Here's all the parts that's going in the TBSS. Simple 10-inch Rockford sub, Sony stereo XAV 3200, Access GM Class 2 interface, 4 speakers, and here's also the dash kit, speaker harnesses, and the antenna adapter part numbers. So if you guys want to do the same thing in your TBSS, that's all the parts you need. So we're going to go ahead and start taking everything apart. I forgot to record how to remove the door panel, but I'm going to do that with the passenger side. But for now, I just wanted to show you what it would look like once you get the door panels off. You'll still have the standard plug right here. It's also going to have a tweet right here, and then the mid bass. The speaker is only held by 2 Torx T15s, so obviously that's what it's going to look like. Cheap paper deal. You can go ahead and cut this off. You don't even really need it. And the tweeter, you can also remove that or just cut it. Doesn't really matter. But the new speakers are going to be wired differently. It's going to plug in to this and then goes directly to the speakers. Here's the factory tweeter and mid bass. Pretty self-explanatory. Cheap speaker made out of paper. So this is what it currently is now. So we're going to go ahead and start prepping the new speaker. I'm going to have to enlarge this hole, that way I can get the speaker adapter harness through it, since the positive terminal is going to be a little bit bigger. So I'm going to enlarge that with a step drill bit and get that thing done. Now we're moving on to the rear speaker. There's going to be a little access port right here. You can use a pick tool, a tiny flathead, and just kind of squeeze it inward. There's going to be 4 of them all around, and that'll just pop off, just to kind of show you what the clips look like. There's also going to be a cover right here. Pop that off, and there's going to be 2 7mm. To take these off, these are kind of tricky. You're going to need a plastic pan remover or one of these. This is what I like to use, as I can put the necessary amount of force that I need without breaking anything. Now, as far as removing it, I always start off on this corner right here, as that's where I can generally have a gap, and you want to slowly work your way out, as the whole door panel is only held with a lot of clips from the back, and sometimes they do come off, which in this case, just put it back. That way you don't end up losing it. And then you're going to go ahead and unplug the power window button right here, and the whole door panel is removed. These are kind of tricky as well. You can also pop this off, as the connector is facing this way, so you won't be able to access it from the back. You'll just have to press this inner tab right here to release it, and this is honestly the easiest way, because if you're from the back, you have no way to get to the connector tab right here. So just pop it off. It's only held by tension clips. As I mentioned before, all these speakers are only held with 2 screws, T10s, one up top and one on the bottom, and this whole speaker just pops off. For the front speaker, I didn't record the removal of the door panel, but similar concept. You have to insert a like a small flathead or a pick tool to release this part. You're gonna go ahead and pop the power window control switch, only held by 2 clips. Unplug that to reveal a 10mm bolt right there that's hidden, and also there's also right here, there's a 10mm deep inside right there. And once you get those 2 out, the whole thing is just held all around by clips, and you can remove it just like the rear door panels. Same process, 2 screws, take everything out. All the door speakers are ready to go, front and back. Now that we've got the radio prepped up now, I already did all 4 speakers. So now we're going to move on to removing the factory radio. Always make sure there's no CD. First things first, you got to take these 2 caps on both sides to reveal a 7mm. That way this thing would pull back enough, as there's screws behind this piece right here that holds the actual trim for the radio before it can even come off. There's also going to be 2 screws right here, and also don't forget there's a hidden 7mm and sometimes there's just Phillips screwdriver down here in this opening. Now that we got the bottom panel kind of moved a little bit, that's where these screws are, so don't just start yanking, as I've seen people crack this area right here from not knowing that there's a hidden screw behind this panel. So there's going to be 2 of these, 1 on each side of the steering wheel. Correction, I mentioned there's only 2. There's actually 1, 2, and 3 total. To remove this bezel, make sure you unplug these 2 right here. That goes to the headlight and the fog light switch. Sorry about that, my phone almost fell. Also 2 plugs for the cigarette lighter. Plug for this, and obviously it has an aftermarket trans temp cooler gauge. You do have to put it in reverse or anything like that. That way you have enough room to maneuver it down there. And like I said, make sure you pull everything out before this thing can even come out. And also tilt the steering wheel all the way down so you have more room. Now that you got that out of the way, the radio is pretty basic to take off. 3 7mm right here, 2 plugs and an antenna, and that's pretty much it. 3 plugs and the radio separated. I've gotten the radio mounted up. Obviously the 1 screw is only on the right side, 2 screws on the left. Pretty self-explanatory. I've got the harness done up right here. Now this one is just for in an event he wants to add reverse camera in the future. It'll be ready right here. This will be for the remote turn on, since he does have a 10-inch Rockford amp. It does come with the remote, since this vehicle does not come with anything, so luckily he has one. But I got everything tested, taped, left this thing like normal. Everything is ready to go and plug in. I always use the Scar Premium Wiring Kit OFC, so I'm going to go ahead and take it out, get the RCA and remote wire done up. We can connect it to the blue and white. Now the wiring in here is pretty self-explanatory. They all match color, red to red, yellow to yellow, black to black, and then all the speakers, 1 is solid and 1 have a stripe, which is the negative. So solder everything up and then basically put it the same way I have it. You will also need a splitter that goes from 1 male to 2 female. Since the Sony only has 1 output for the subwoofer, you're going to need one of these. I've got everything secured. The chime is mounted along with the harness securely with 3 zip ties. Here's all the harness stuff. Got the mic connection, the RCA. I did run it from the back with tested tape. It is coming out down here. So now we can go ahead and run the USB somewhere down there and then bolt the radio in place. We've got the radio installed, so now we go ahead and move on to the front speakers. We're gonna do both sides at a time. We're gonna pre-drill some holes since I don't think these would line up, but I'm gonna go ahead and try it anyway. But it does look like it already has 4 openings, so hopefully the screws will just line up for an easy install. I did enlarge the hole a little bit, that way the connectors would go through. Now this is going to be an odd one. Usually I mount these towards more lower area, but in this case the wires are going to be short, so they're going to be mounted just like how I'm holding it. So the kicker word would be kind of upside down, but that's how long the wires are, so that's what we're going to do. The nice thing about the setup is it has these lips right here on both bottom and top, and those things actually hold it pretty good. So as you can see, I'm shaking it around and it ain't falling, but the screw hole does line up, so that's perfect. We're gonna pull this a little bit, that way it's no chance of it making contact with the window when it's going down. So we're gonna put a zip tie down here and hold the connector a little bit higher. So overall everything seems to be working perfect, so we're gonna go ahead and drive 4 screws and then move on to the other speakers. That one's all screwed in, so we're gonna move ahead and do the other speaker. They're all gonna be the same concept, so like I said, you still have to enlarge the hole right there so the wires will go through. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all the other 3 left, and then we're gonna go ahead and do the amp and sub. The nice thing about these speaker adapters is you don't have to cut anything. So what I'm gonna do is zip tie it to about right here. As you can see, the glass is pretty close, so I didn't want to risk of this thing making contact with that going up and down and possibly rip the wiring. You do have to notch off these little guide nipples right here, that way the new speakers would line up. For the rear, this is how I did it. I put a zip tie in the factory location right here, that way this thing, like I said, it's not going to make contact with the glass. We've got the last speaker done, so all speakers are completed, the radio is completed. So now we're going to move on to running the amp wire, as we already have the RCAs ready right there. So we are getting near. So far everything is cooperating. Like I said, the screws line up perfectly. Got the thing zip tied right there, so all is well. I've got the power wire already ran. I drilled a small hole right beside the harness, and there is a grommet in there on the other side to protect it from getting cut. So now we go ahead and take this piece off that's located right here. Use your panel remover, and then this whole piece right here comes out as one. I went ahead and took the covers out, that way I can kind of see where I'm zip tying it to. Out of sight, out of mind. I'm gonna go ahead and run it behind the carpet the same as the power wire, but they will be separated when I mount it or put them right here. So I just wanted to do that way I know where I'm zip tying it to. I went ahead and routed the wire down there, so it's coming out the same way as that big harness. I went ahead and cut a little slit right here, got all the wires ran, cleaned up, so once it's hugging the side, that's what it looks like. I went ahead and added a new terminal, that way it'll accept the 8 gauge or whatever he wants to add in the future. It'll just have the bolt right here and he'll be taken care of. The TBSS is finally completed, got everything put back together, triple check to make sure nothing is out of place and things like that. I did leave the plastic for the owner to remove, and all is well. So if you guys have any questions, leave a comment. Like I said, this is a simple setup, nothing too crazy, simple bass, simple speakers, and a nice radio. Other than that, that's all we got for today. Peace.